because I wanted to show you some fabric first. So this is how today is going to pan out. I'm going to show you some fabulous brand new William Morris fabrics. Yes, I know. Gorgeous. I've also got some Moda to show you, and then we will crack on with this little chap here. It's Mortimer. Here he is. He's here. We have also got for you today Reggie the Pug and Bo Bear. What are you doing back there? And Bo Bear. They are in kit form for you. They will be underneath where we are live on www.natashamakes.com. That's where you can buy such beautiful things. But we're going to demo Mortimer this morning. Here's who we're going to demo. Right, to start off with though, how do you fancy, firstly, some Moda? Let's start with this, because I've managed to get my hands on just over 100 of these. Okay, so these are your Moda scrap bags. So you know how I don't like waste of any shape, size or description. Basically, when they get to the end of a fabric bolt, they save the end bits and they go into scrap bags. Okay, so it's gorgeous quality Moda fabric, and it's a bit of a lucky dip. So this one, in this one that was sent to me, this was what I got. Now, it's done by weight. So you get ½ pound of fabric. But look at these. So each one, there we go, look at this. They might vary slightly in width, just depending on how that bolt went. But there you go. I mean, this one, that's your 2.5 inch strip, 44 inches selvage to selvage. But look at all the different colours. Aren't they stunning? Just beautiful. So I know a lot of you have already started buying. I know that look at that. I know that a lot of you have already started to multi-buy on this. Let me just hold that there. Let's just get a little close-up of that, because this fabric is beautiful. There you go. That way. There. Isn't that gorgeous? I just think that's beautiful. And in this, you are going to get, well, like I say, it's done by weight. This way. This, I keep doing it. It's always round the wrong way, isn't it? So I'm not going to stay too long on these. Like I say, I've only got just over 100 of these, but look at them. Aren't they fabulous? So because the widths of them might vary slightly, it's what we call a scrap bag. They are the leftover scraps. Oh, beautiful. You know, scraps this good. Phew, gorgeous. I just think they're absolutely lovely. So they're at a great price as well. They're just $13.99. They're on the website, www.natashamakes.com. Have a look at them. They're on the website there. Now, when I started, gosh, it's only been a week. It feels like it's been going for so much longer. Pop those there. Hello. When we started, I said that I would bring you a new designer each week and put a discount on it for you. I promised that, didn't I? I am good as my word. Today, I've got William Morris. And what I'm really thrilled about is that I have managed to bring you William Morris backing fabric. Now, the quantities that I've got of this vary, so you might need to be quick on some of it. But my goodness, it is just stunning. So my glamorous assistant, who you might recognise, is going to help me, because when I say backing fabric, we're talking 108 inches. Hello, glamorous assistant. Hello. It's Jo, everybody. That, just to give you an idea, yeah, we can't even fit it in our wide shot. That's how wide it is. So 108 inches, you think your quilting cotton is normally 44 inches, isn't it? Selvage to selvage. So we're looking at almost 44, 88. Yeah, two and a bit of your normal width fabric. But look, this has got your strawberry thieves on, in big, in huge. And I was talking to Jules Fallon yesterday, and she reckons that this would be a bit good for dressmaking with too, because of the width. 100% cotton, 108 inches wide. I've got the strawberry thief in red. I've also got it, let me show you, because it is rather gorgeous. And now, yeah, I might have Slightly awkward. I might have started chopping into the blue. This is for something that I'm doing for tomorrow. That way. There we go. And there is your strawberry thief. There. So again, that's the blue. That's just to give you an idea of the colour, of the tone, because obviously, well, you'll have to wait and see tomorrow what that's going to be. Haven't told you, have I? Tomorrow, I'm going to do a little extra show because I love this William Morris, and because Joe's travelled all this way, I wanted to give Joe the show today, and so I'll just do a little William Morris make tomorrow, which I think you're going to like. So I've got also the backing fabric in your cream, which again, stunning. And again, that's 108 inches. And then look at these. How about these? And again, these are all your backing fabrics. Stunning. So I think that's a bit good. I've got it in that colourway, sort of the autumnal. I've also got it in with more of a kind of a blue going on in there, your blues and your greens. Rather lush. And then I've got it in the greys. So if you're someone that wants just something sort of in your neutrals, then here it is. Honestly, the squeals of delight when I discovered that these were backing fabrics. William Morris backing fabrics. Yes, yes, yes. Have a bit of that. Right, let's pop those then to one side, and then let me show you the normal, your quilting fabrics here. Now, what I'm going to do for tomorrow, I will bundle these for you. Today they are available just by the ½ metre. So go on the website, www.natashamakes.com, and take a look. Buy whichever ones you like, buy the ½ metre. And if you buy two, then that'll be a metre length, and it'll be cut as one long length. Use your code, and this is the bit that you need to know, Morris 10 to get 10% off. You can only use it once, Morris 10. Okay, so you will be able to find such beautiful fabrics, and this is from the Standen range. So again, one of the houses, let's go, there we go. One of the beautiful houses that he was renowned for. So we'll whiz through these because we'll take a closer look at these tomorrow, but I just wanted to give you an idea. Jan asked for fabric wafting, basically. Jan, this is for you. That's my excuse for having to get in a lot of what. Look at that. There's your hair. Isn't that gorgeous in that aqua? So Jan, the fact that I now have the whole range of William Morris fabric, I'm blaming you for. There are worse things. Worse things could happen, couldn't they, really? What about this one? So do go and take a good look at these because they are just exquisite. And like I say, we'll have a little make and a little play with them tomorrow. Maybe you've got a quilt in mind for them. Maybe you just want something. You see, I love the neutrals. I love the willow that they always do. There you go. There's your willow. Again, stunning. Stunning, stunning. Have you got a favourite, Joe? I think your mic is live.
I like the aqua with the hairs.
Oh, the aqua hair. Yeah.
The backing fabric. I want those three.
All of them?
Yeah, just the three.
Just the three? Which three? I've got 6.
I love the
the leaves. Yeah, the leaves. The leaves, the leaves. Look at these. So these have got your lovely aqua tones in them. You've got some oranges in there. So that's going to work beautifully. And again, like I say, tomorrow we'll have a good long play with those. I'll pop those up there for now. Now, this is something that I haven't... Oh, no, Mortimer. What's happened to you? Sit up, sit up, sit up. Here we go. What if I can actually... Oh, I'll have a look for us live in a minute. I'll have a look. How about this? Because I have not seen any William Morris fabric like this before. But if you had to have iconic William Morris fabric, there's your hair there. I've got him in my downstairs toilet. And then you've got your peacock. Is that a wolf or a fox? I'm going wolf. What do we think? And then if I show you this on a wider, let me show it up there like that so you can get an idea. And these are all 44 inches selvage to selvage. Look at that. Isn't that stunning with that plum background and that tealy gorgeousness? Is it wrong that I can still hear little Paul in my ear going, it's tealy good. Tealy good. So I wanted to pick out the aquas and look at this. Just look at this. Again, all 100% cotton, 44 inches, selvage to selvage. How beautiful. Bringing that lovely arts and craft fabric to you. And you'll find this all on the website details on the screen for you there. Oh, I found a way to add a button onto my Facebook page, so you can just press the button and shop now, apparently. I didn't know you could do that. I was having a little play this morning because, you know, I had nothing better to do at 5 o'clock. Look at this. Oh, how beautiful is that? Again, this is all from the brand new Stand-In range. This is your poppy fabric. Just gorgeous. Love that dusky colour because look how well, I'm going to drape that over the sewing machine there so that I can then bring this. So this is, Joe, look, this is that fabric but in smaller scale.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Just gorgeous. And you can get it today, 10% off. Use your Morris 10. You can only use it once, so make sure that you get everything that you want in that fell swoop. Tomorrow I'll have a look at kitting, doing some kits for you, if you are unsure as to which colours go, because it's quite tricky to see sometimes, isn't it? That's why I've kind of wafting for you. More to it is, oh, now, Joe, you know how you like the aqua? How about it in a beautiful navy with your hairs? And you've also got, so you've got your hairs, but you've also got your strawberry thieves underneath. Isn't that fab? And again, I'm going to show this to the other camera so that you can just see 44 inches selvage to selvage, what you're going to use it for. Ooh.
I love that inky sort of colour.
It's a proper gorgeous, gorgeous colour, isn't it?
Mm.
Isn't that just beautiful? And a lovely big repeat as well so that you can see. You can really see that pattern. I adore that. Absolutely adore it. And then, what about the Willow? So we've had the Willow before. And we had the Willow in the Morton range. But this has got more detail in it. As you can see. In fact, I can compare it. So the one that you've seen, the variety that you've seen would have been that one, which was just sort of a silhouette. So this has got, and that's on the website as well, by the way. Oh, that way. There you go. But this has got more detail in it. So that, I think, works beautifully with the hairs. And then, what about this? All on the website, so do take a rummage. But if I show you and give it a good little waft for you, so that you can get an idea of how that's going to look. I love that we've got these kind of warm tones coming through, but then counteracted with the aquas. It's beautiful, beautiful. And again, if I show you what that looks like in terms of scale, there. It's a bit good, isn't it? Yeah. And then look. Oh, look at this one. So yes, we had this in a really large scale for your backing fabric. Really large. And here it is by the ½ metre, 44 inches selvage to selvage. These are the big quilting sizes. Hang on, let me show you the difference. So if you want to see the difference in terms of print size, this is your backing fabric there. That's the difference there. You can see scale-wise, it's quite huge, isn't it, that difference? Just gorgeous, though. Just stunning. Right, last ones to show you. Last one, actually. And then we're going to crack on with Mortimer. Oh, yes. And I'll leave you to have a little rummage on that website. See what you fancy. Use your code Morris10 to get you 10% off. There we go. Let's show you that. Oh yeah, this is the poppy again. And this is it in that beautiful blue. Just gorgeous. So if you want to see that on a wide scale, there we go. Let me waft that down there for you. And again, 44 inches, selvage to selvage. If you see on the code, anything that has QB in the code, that's a quilt backing. You'll see it by the price difference anyway. But yeah, QB is quilt backing, which is, like I say, 108 inches wide. And this is just your normal 44 inches selvage to selvage. And I will look at bringing those bundles. Once we've launched this, we'll see what stock we've got left, and then I'll see what bundles I can bring for you tomorrow. Oh, if you haven't already gone crazy for it. Right. I might have treated myself to a little, stand, as you do. Mortimer Monkey's up next. Ta-da! If there's anything else that you wanted to have a close look at, message me, and I'm going to have a little rummage around on Facebook in a minute and try and find your messages. He's hanging in there as well. And the lady behind the design. It's Jo Carter, everybody! Good morning!
Morning.
Oh, you have no idea how happy this makes me.
It's so nice to be doing this again.
It's great. I've missed you.
Yeah, I'm sewing standing up again. I'm worried I'm out of practice now.
I'll catch you if you topple.
Thanks.
I quite like sewing standing up.
I do, if I'm honest.
That's the weird thing. I sit down and I'm like, oh, it feels a bit weird. Feels a bit weird. I'm going to find the messages from our lovely viewers. So talk us through Mortimer and the idea behind the design.
Well, to be honest, people have been asking me for a monkey for quite a while. And the truth is, I always thought they were a bit difficult to design. So,
Did you? Mm-hmm. Did you put it off?
So I've dodged it for years.
No.
And then I thought I had to do one. And actually, I'm really pleased. It wasn't an arduous process. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. And I love a nostril design. So,
you do love a nostril. I'd forgotten about this.
Yeah, so this is a new one for my nostril repertoire.
Do you have, how they used to do like pin butterflies back in Victorian and Darwinian days?
Yes.
I could imagine you with just different nostrils.
I just have a case of,
Big nose, any nose. I've got to find out how to get my messages on here. I'm really dreadful at this. Do you know what? Oh no, I've turned it around the wrong way.
I'm so glad I'm not responsible for anything.
I'm just gonna have a little rummage around here. Have you got a kit to show us?
Yes.
Of Mortimer. So then you can talk through what you're getting in the kit. So a lot of you have already bought the kit. Well done. Jo's already sent them out. Because you're efficient like that.
I'm quite impatient and I like things to arrive really quickly. So I try and do the same.
Best you can.
Yes.
This is your design. This is 2 hours design. And it comes in a gorgeous box. I have to say, you have surpassed yourself.
I do like doing the stickers and all the design aspects.
You do it all, don't you? It's fab. It's absolutely fab.
Right, so the instructions are full colour and the templates, they do need tracing out because they're printed on both pages, but they're full size, so there's no messing around enlarging them. And on some of them, just to try and keep it as clear as possible, because what seems straightforward in my head, I've realised, is not always, there's not always...
I've been writing instructions and I know what you mean. There you go. They're there. But look, you've done photos. My gosh, you've done photos.
I think seeing it, reading the words is one thing, but if you can see it as well, it makes a huge difference.
It's fab, isn't it? There it is. I'm just going to hand my iPad out to someone that can sort this out for me because I'm really rubbish. We've got full instructions here, photographic, everything. I mean, like really, really, really handheld. Oh, look, she says, by the paw.
Yes.
Do you also have a collection of paws as well?
I have baskets of limbs.
That must freak out kids that come round your house.
Fortunately, my own kids have got used to it by now, but sometimes they will rummage and get a selection out and say, can you make something with this? And
No.
Not really.
No. It's the Frankenstein of toy making. Yeah. Amazing. And there he is, Mortimer Monkey by Joe Carter. That's not what you get in the box. What else do we get?
Nope, there's... His paws are velcroed together, and so they're stuck together, but there's the pieces, one for either paw.
Right, yes, that's how he's hanging in our wardrobe today.
Yes.
Just hanging about.
Yeah, I find him sort of often on the oven door. Somebody will stick him on there. Embroidery thread.
Right.
He's got eyebrows and a mouth. The safety eyes, which are not recommended for children under 3. So if you did want to give the toy to somebody younger, embroider the eyes with the thread. And then the chocolate cotton fabric, which
What's that?
That's inside his nose. This is inside his
Oh,
nostrils.
it's nasal fabric.
It is nasal fabric.
Hang on. I feel bad. I'm going in. I'm going in for his nose. Oh, hang on. Let's bring him here. In there. Oh, this way. I will get used to this at some point. No, there. Internal nostril fabric. There. And there. I have to say, look at his little face. He is, hello. He's absolutely delightful. Did you see that really scary one that someone posted on Facebook?
No.
She said she had a bit of a fear of monkeys because her sister had one that had hard paws and she just bash around the head with it. And it looked terrifying. It looked absolutely terrifying. He has got such a sweet face. He's gorgeous. He's on the website. There you go.
And then this is Shannon Cuddle Solid fabric, which is just super soft for his paws and his face.
Okay.
And eyes. And then this is Cuddle Luxe marble fabric, so it's
textured. It's beautiful.
And it's a slightly longer pile, but it has a woven backing. So
is it easy to work with then?
It is, because you can draw out on this and see your lines. There's no problem with that for cutting out. And then it does have that slightly longer pile, if you can see.
Perfect.
But it's super soft.
Oh, Anne wants an orangutan. She's not happy with just a monkey.
I know, I've got to do an orangutan. And
Okay.
I'm thinking I can adapt this one maybe for an orangutan.
Really?
Maybe, a few, changes.
I only found out via my 5-year-old, who's now 6, the difference between a monkey and an ape.
Oh, I don't know.
Apes don't have tails.
Oh, do they not?
Which, when you think about it, it's like, no, they don't.
Mm.
Monkeys have tails.
So kids always have the best fact, although some I do have to check. For my kids.
Fact checked. Yeah. Linda says, nice to see you again, Jen.
Oh, thank you.
It's so good to see you. It's just lovely, just lovely. Oh, hang on. There's a way. Mortimer the cutie, says Di. Lovely to see Joe back on our screens, says Donna. Isn't it just? Isn't it just? Oh, look, I can scroll back this way and find all your messages. Oh, the things I'm learning. Morning, Jennifer's watching. Linda's watching. Kathleen's watching. Lisa says, so very pleased to see you, lovely ladies, on screen again. Mortimer Monkey looks quite funky monkey. Oh, love it. Oh gosh, loads of messages. Logged out and back in again now, and picture is okay. Oh, good. Hopefully we have sound as well. That'd be good. Morning, ladies. Tina, hello. Right, come on then, what are we doing?
Okay, should I make a start?
Shall I move this out of the way?
Oh, can I just, one
The
thing.
badge.
Oh, the badge.
The badge.
The badge.
You get a badge.
Comes with, have I got it in the right place?
There. Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, look at you. You've only been here half an hour and you've already managed it better than me. I've been doing this for a couple of weeks. No, a week. Just over a week. 10 days.
When you're marking out the tail, it's on the back page, the tail is done in a slightly different way because it's quite narrow. To cut out 2 of these pieces and put them on top of each other and sew around the edge would be tricky. So the way that it's done in the pattern is cut out a square. So this is cut on a fold, so it'd be twice this size.
Yeah.
Cut out the square, and it's worth, before you mark out all the other pieces, just in one corner, mark out the square for the tail.
And then do you do it, I call it tilde style.
It's done tilde style, it is.
So for those of you that don't know what tilde style is, It's where you mark onto the fabric and you sew. So that would be sort of in half like that. You'd mark it on and then you'd just sew round the edge and then cut it.
Yes.
Yes.
It just makes it so much easier. So there isn't, this is the only template where there isn't a seam allowance around the side because you sew on this line.
On the line.
Yeah.
On the line.
But it's all in the instructions, but it's worth marking that square out first, just in case you mark everything out and actually there'll be a big enough piece, but it might not make the full square. So mark it in one corner and then mark out the rest.
Look at that. There it is in the instructions. There. All photographed beautifully. Cool. Where do we start?
Okay, we'll start with the nostrils.
Why not? What better place to start? Do you want me to take that? There we go.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you need the instructions or do you know what you're doing?
I do know what I'm doing, but I probably should have them in front of me just so I don't go astray.
I'll leave them there. It happens, doesn't it? It doesn't matter how many times you make something, you just sometimes... Oh, yeah, we did talk about the badge. I'm going to pop the badge to one side. There we go.
Right, actually, I will show this piece. The nose, what you want to end up with is basically a triangular sort of flap like this at the end.
Shall I show that there? A triangular flap. Whoop.
Because it's actually just stitched forward, so you could...
that looks so weird.
It does look a bit odd, doesn't it?
It does look slightly strange. Okay.
So I think it's worth sort of bearing in mind what we're going for. So, okay, this is the nose piece. So this is the triangular piece that will form the piece that folds over. So actually, it might be worth me showing here, you can get your finger all the way through.
Oh no!
It's essentially...
You can give him a nose ring!
You can. But it is, because this bit's stitched forward, you can pop your finger straight the way through his nose. But it's not the most
no
flattering.
septum for him then.
No, not the most flattering, but it's good to get an idea of how it's achieved.
Oh, he's mortified.
I know, so on screen as well. Okay, so these are his sort of side face snout pieces, and they join onto this middle piece, which will be his nose, for just a short section. So it's marked with a notch. I don't know whether they probably won't show up.
Oh, they might on the older lifty uppy bit. I've got all the technical terms. Lifty uppy bit. There we go. Oh, there. There you go.
So
just there.
Yep.
We get there eventually.
So I'm just going to sew
And there.
join them together just with that short section.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'll try this fancy new machine.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's really lovely.
Thing of beauty. Yeah, lift it. You have to lift it up to go down. That's it. That's the
I've
one.
got it.
That's the one.
And am I on?
Did you want a quarter of an
I
inch?
am.
Yeah. So is this a 1/4 inch seam
Yes.
on this?
1/4 inch throughout.
Awesome. Now we have got, oh, hang on. Is it Alison's birthday today? Vanessa's saying happy birthday to Ali. Ali, is it your birthday today? Happy birthday. Oh, my Nanny Mew's watching. Oh, morning, Nanny Mew.
Morning.
No, there she is. She's watching. Oh, she's found us then. Excellent. Oh, good. Right, we've sewn down both those bits. Yep.
Okay, so just that small section there, and if I open it out, you can see it's like that. And then I have one already prepared. So do the same with the other side, and then you want, there we go.
You're good at this. You've got it. I always go the wrong way.
And then there's darts either side, so just close these darts. There we go.
Nice.
Again with the 1/4 inch seam allowance.
Very
and then
good.
we end up, it's starting to take shape. You can sort of see the cheeks. And then we want to do the inside nostrils now. So I'll get this fabric, which is a little bit fluffy.
Oh, is that the inside nose?
This is the inside nose.
It's fluffy. Oh, nice.
It's got a little bit fluffy just because everything's
fluffy. Yeah.
Yes, anything that touches this then becomes
Yeah.
fluffy. So right sides together, match that up, and it's the same shape here at the front. And I'll pop a pin in it just to hold it in position.
So how long did this new shape nose take you?
It was surprisingly quick.
Really?
It was.
Not many nasal prototypes then?
A few. I can't lie, there were a few. But not as many as I was anticipating.
The many noses of Mortimer Monkey.
Right, so now I'm going to sew from the tip of this triangular section down as far as here, where the end of this seam falls. And there's a notch.
So it meets?
Here, yes.
Okay.
And you could do this all in one go and sew all the way around there, but I like to do it in sort of side by side just because I find it easier. If I do this now, let's have a look.
And do you need to do like a holding stitch or anything?
At the beginning I was reverse over the first few stitches.
Okay.
But doing it like this, I find it easier if I've got a specific point to stop at.
Yeah.
I find it easier to see where I'm going rather than to place the foot at the beginning.
Yeah. And then do you do like a triple stitch or do you reverse back?
I just reverse back over
Okay.
that. Okay. So I've sewn this section, there we go, up as far as the small seam here that joined the side face pieces on. I need to twist that way, don't I?
It's all back to front, isn't it?
It
Upside
is.
down and back to front.
So stitch that up to there, and then I'm going to do the other side. And I'll have it this way up so I can start at the point again.
Okay, and starting at that same point.
Yes, and this will be the tip of the nose, the bit that will be stitched down. And just this way I can see exactly where I want to finish, and I can go nice and slowly. It's about one more stitch.
So if you're worried, just hang crank. If you think that you might get overexcited.
Yeah, just take it nice and slowly. I think with let's just trim these threads away. So I've stitched that bit down, now the front bit, and then we have these sections.
There we go.
And then these sections we need to bring round like this, and they just sew on, stitch onto there.
I had momentarily forgotten what genius you are with 3D sewing, because I look at that and just get confused. And I'd forgotten that your brain works differently to mine.
Everything I take from a drawing, so it doesn't necessarily work that way in my brain, but if I can see it from a drawing and I've got some tracing paper, I can then work out the shapes.
I love it. I love that people's brains work differently. And I love the fact that yours works like this. It makes it all good. Lots and lots of messages coming through. Oh, we've got, don't know if I'm going the right way. My iPad shows messages if turned upright, Natasha. Oh, right, okay. We'll try that then. Oh, yeah, look! Oh, yeah, clever things. Hang on. Got to rearrange it in my iPad stand now, Joe. Oh, I've made everyone fall over now. There we go. Oh, Gemma's with us this morning. Morning, Gem. How you doing, my love? Susan, you're right. Yes, if I turn the iPad up the other way, it works. See, this is better. People understand what's going on. Ali says, good morning, Natasha and Joe. How brilliant to have you both working together. A lovely birthday surprise for me. Happy birthday, Ali.
Happy birthday.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so we've got that section now.
There it is.
Sewn in. So if I turn it over from this way up, let's do it that way round. So we have this bit that will fold down underneath. So all this will be the inside of the nose at some point.
Oh, okay. So that's what it should look like.
Okay, so I'll pop that to one side for a minute, but if you get confused with how this bit fits in, there are letters to show which bits match up on the templates, and I've done the photographs. I've shown it from both sides as well, just so you get
They
a good
are
view.
incredibly clear. Incredibly clear. Now, I'm just trying to see if I'm going through the messages the right way. We've said hello to Donna. Who else have we got? Sam's watching. Caroline's watching. Hi, Natasha and Joe. Lovely to see you on a Monday morning. Mortimer is a winner, says a tractor. Thank you. He's a good one, isn't he? I say thank you like I can take any credit for Mortimer whatsoever, but I can't. He's all yours, Joe. He's all yours.
I've just lost an eye patch. I won't be a minute. Searching.
I also forgot the random sentences that occur. Just lost an eye patch.
I'll have
All
it
right,
here
Pirate
somewhere.
Joe.
I'm just looking for one of these to go in this side, and I know I had it like
It was here.
minutes ago.
I didn't pack it back up in the box, did I?
No. Should I nip? I've got one.
Is that it?
No, that's an ear.
Oh, that's an ear. Oh no. What about that? Is that another ear?
That's another ear.
Ear? Oh no. It could be anywhere. Do you want?
Should I go and I've definitely got one over there. Should I go?
Go on then. You go
I'll
and
go
do
and grab
that. I, in the meantime, will remind you all of the Moda scrap ones, scrap bag, because this has been very popular. I can't check stock levels because I'm here, and I don't have anybody in my ear. We don't have that sort of technology, I'm afraid. But if you are after the Moda scrap bag, let me just give you a little idea of the sort of things that you can expect in there. Look at them. These are $13.99. They're on the website, www.natashamakes.com. Look at them. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You found one?
I found one. I found it.
Oh, you found
As
it.
soon as
Oh,
I
you
came
found
back, I
it.
saw it.
I will scoop up my fabric then. There we go.
Okay, so I'll turn these pieces this way. This piece is a side face.
Of course it is.
And I know this shape here looks quite
Weird.
weird. It does
Yeah.
when you look at it like that. This curved section here is where the eye patch fits. So from this corner here up to the top one, we want to put this piece in. Now I find it, the easiest way I find is to have this piece on top and to sort of bring this curve.
Does it
around the
stretch a
edge.
bit then, that?
It has got a nice bit of stretch actually,
Right.
which makes it can work to your favour. If you want to, before you start, you can add a few little just snips in the curve. It's not as deep as the seam allowance, so maybe
Right.
about just short of a quarter of an inch, and that will also help it to flex round. So I'll sew this in. This is one of the trickiest seams in it, but actually just take it nice and slowly and do a few stitches, pause with the needle down and
So
keep readjusting.
if you've got a speed changer on your machine, is it worth just...
Yeah, setting it to more
Switching
towards
it
the
up.
tortoise
Yeah.
rather than the hair. I'm just going to tuck the fibres, the longer fibres under, do a few stitches and then tuck them under again and keep going.
We've got lovely SJ, our marketing girl. She's answering any queries that you've got on Facebook at the moment. If you're wondering, how is Natasha answering our questions? Multitasking, amazing. So yeah, Donna, just try that code again. If you're checking out your William Morris fabrics, Morris 10 is what you need to take 10% off William Morris fabrics. You're going to be getting some backing fabric.
I really love the leaf one because it's got such depth
Yeah.
to it. I'm now thinking Mortimer needs a waistcoat. I know, wouldn't it be perfect?
Oh yeah, which one?
I don't know. That's
Does he need backing fabric or does he need the other one?
I think the smaller well, I don't know.
I'd quite like him in the willow leaf fabric.
Yeah,
That would
He'd
look quite
look
smart
very-
too.
he would look very dapper.
Ah, decisions. Lorraine says she's loving this. Thanks. Hey Sarah, hope you're feeling better, says Vanessa. Oh, poor Sarah. Oh, hang on, Joe, Natasha, warn people
Yes.
that the badge will be will not be in the box, but it's in the packaging.
It is. It's in just I have to be careful with safety. The badge is not to be used with the toy because then safety-wise,
Right.
because it's a pin badge. So I don't pop it in the box. It goes in at the top. The box goes in. The badge is on the top. So as you open the envelope, it should be right there. The badge.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so
but
don't
it's
go
in the
throwing that
packaging,
away.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a good point, isn't it?
Thanks,
Good
Anne.
point. Darlene says, good morning, ladies. So lovely to see you both. Natasha, I'm so pleased we have Monday Makes full of laughter. Laughter making sewing real. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Emma White is watching. Emma White, should you not be moving house?
Oh, that takes at least a full day.
No. She's moving from Southampton to Switzerland.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. Ems, I think she's obviously finished clearing out her cupboards, isn't she? But thank you for joining us anyway. She's my bestie.
is she?
Yeah.
So have you got some holidays, some trips to Switzerland?
Looks
now?
like it. We went over in May last year. We took the kids over for Emma's daughter's wedding, which is amazing given that Jasmine's clearly still 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and it was lovely. Really beautiful. And so luckily her husband's got a job just where Jasmine lives. Perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna go over and give Langlaufing a go. Cross country skiing.
Oh, that looks really, really hard work.
Yeah. I might tone up the thighs.
It's because once you're doing it, you've got to carry on.
You're committed, aren't you? You've got to get from A to B. I'm thinking B probably has a big hot chocolate.
That's how I am not.
That's how I'm envisaging it.
Yeah, I'm not a skier, but I have been a couple of times because my husband is a good skier, and I very much focus on the cheese.
Yes.
And the hot chocolate.
Do you know, you've just reminded me, I've got some fondue cheese in the fridge. Dinner, thank you.
Yep.
Well remembered.
So we've popped these eye patches in.
Yep.
And then there's a dart. I've closed this one on the sort of to give the cheek more roundness. So I'll just close this dart as well.
You see, this is the sort of sculpting that I can manage. Makeup was difficult this morning because Emily was helping. I'm not going to lie. She's messed my brushes.
Oh.
Yeah, they were a little bit clumpy. Yeah. Vanessa says no more Monday morning blues now with a live every Monday morning. Yes. You be careful with Mortimer's nose, says Buster B. Bear. Buster B. Bear is on the lookout. Fran says, loving this. Close-ups are great. Thanks. I'm very proud of our camera angles, actually.
It's great.
I would like to thank Tom for that, who set the studio up for me.
It works for it. I have to stop. I keep having to remember. No,
I know these ingrained habits that we have. Yeah. Oh, Carol's in trouble. Granddaughter Ruby has just spotted Mortimer on the TV. Just as well I've ordered the kit, she says. Apparently his name is Michael. Love the Monday Makes. Monday morning Michael Makes.
I would have got into trouble if I'd called him Michael Monkey. My husband is Michael.
Well, or he could have been flattered.
Very honoured. Yeah.
Yeah. Not many people have monkeys named after them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, no, you could. I'm sure you could have swung that round to your advantage. See what I did there? Swung it round. Oh, Ali says they're better than they were on a cute.
Hey.
Ali says the close-ups are better than somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah. We're high definition, Ali. We're HD. We're all about the HD. Here we go. Here's another close-up.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Just that way. So I've just stitched the front of the face together, down, and the eye patches are joined now in the centre. The eye patches, it's too difficult to put it in really as all one piece. Just want to get a little bit of the shape.
There he is. Perfect. Does look a bit like a mullet right now. Not going to lie.
It does.
Mortimer's mullet.
And this now, we've got this corner here. This now forms a more sort of expected shape to put the snout in.
Oh, maybe they're his sideburns.
Yeah, nice big
Yeah.
sideburns.
Like proper, like Victorian dad chops.
Yeah. My dad did that once when I was growing up. He shaved his beard into... He was going to take his full beard off.
Did he just leave it?
He did that first. And
amazing.
It was a strong look.
And look, there are certain things that people say and it's not a compliment, is it?
Yeah.
It's a strong look is one. I remember coming back from being in America for months training with an Olympic swimming coach, and poof, my shoulders were here, and my husband just said, "Oh no, it's fine. You're fit for purpose."
Yeah.
Yeah. Strong look and fit for purpose. You've got to really dig around, haven't you, to find the compliment in that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. There's definite subtext.
I'm confused because Mortimer's nose is...
We're now going to sew. Shall I hold it up like this? This piece, I'll pop his nose through this.
Ah,
so
that's why.
makes a
Oh,
bit
that
more
all
sense.
makes it clear. Yeah. It's all right. It was just inside out. I'm happy now. That's fine.
So we're going to sew this onto here.
Yeah.
And there are marks in the pattern. There are pivot points because this forms a corner here. And sometimes I find it easier to put a corner in rather than have a curve.
Right.
Sometimes sewing around a curve is tricky. Whereas if you've got
Needle down and swing round.
needle down, swing round at a
Nice.
corner, I find
Yeah.
it a bit easier.
Yep.
And this corner corresponds with the dart in the cheek. So once you've got to the dart, pause with your needle down and then spin round there.
Okay.
So I'll pop this in
Okay.
quickly.
Judy says good morning.
Morning.
Jenny says fabulous to see you both working together again. But not getting the housework done though. Oh well. It'll keep until later. Loving Mortimer. Jenny, housework is always there. That's what I've discovered.
Yeah.
Always there.
It's the same. If you don't do it this week,
It's still going to be there.
Yeah, you'd still need to do it next week.
Yeah. Don't be
It's-
disappointed. It'll still be there. It's not
Yeah.
going anywhere. You're all right. It can wait an hour or so, can't it? Hey, that's the nice thing, actually. We don't have to get this done in 57 minutes.
I have just realised I'm being quite slow. Would I just be?
No.
Or should we?
Do you know, Joe, we have got as long as we need. As long as you don't go over 2 hours, in which case Facebook wipe the video. As
Right,
long as
okay.
we stay this side of 2 hours, we're good.
I think.
You go whatever speed you like. I don't mind.
Right, so I've got to the dart now.
Yeah.
I've paused with the needle down, lift the presser foot and just swing this round. And you can do a couple of stitches so it gets used to the reposition and then sort of wiggle it about again. And then there are notches marked on these which will correspond to the size of the eye patch and the centre. So you can make sure your nose is going to be in the straight sort of centre of the face.
Okay.
So I'll sew along here quickly.
You don't need to
And I've
say
got this-
quickly. Paranoid now. Quickly.
I just feel so relaxed doing it. I've suddenly realised that maybe.
It's nice, isn't it? Don't worry. I'd rather we just did it at our own pace.
So I've checked
Diane's happy to see us this morning.
that all lines up in the centre, and then that notch matches that seam. And then I'm going to come back to the dart, pause with the needle down, and then just sort of readjust all this and sew along the last bit.
Nice. How is this a day make?
Yes.
Yeah.
The cutting out and marking and cutting out probably takes as long as sewing
The
it.
actual sewing.
There we go. So
Oh, and there we have it. Starting up a bit.
bit,
There we
there.
go.
starting to take shape a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll move on to this one now. Oh, before I go, clip the end, so we get a nice point at the end of the nose. Just clip this section down. And then pop that through. And then just to keep it nice and neat, top stitch along here.
Oh, okay.
You see?
Oh,
So
so he sort of gets a little frown line. I've got
So
one
it
of
just
those.
seals it.
Tell him you can get cream for that.
There we go. So just top stitched across here, and it just seals that and makes it into, so no stuffing will get into it. It
Oh,
just
okay.
keeps it. There we go. Nice and
A
tidy.
sealed nose. That doesn't sound terribly healthy, does
No,
it?
it doesn't really.
Oh, Emma wants to know, do we ship to Switzerland? I'll sort you out, love, don't worry. Don't you worry. Is it suitable for a beginner, says Donna?
What's tricky about it is sort of getting used to the fabric. I think if you are confident, you can do anything really.
Yeah.
I think a lot of sewing is just about confidence. Take it slowly. I think a confident beginner could give it a go.
Yeah. Look, you've got superb instructions. You've got this to watch back. This will stay on Facebook. It'll go onto YouTube. We sometimes get trouble with YouTube after we come off, is that they wipe the sound for some reason.
Right.
I don't know why. So it takes us a little while to reload it up with sound. So it might do that again today, but hopefully later on it will be up on YouTube. So don't worry, it'll go back up on there, and it'll always be on here, and it'll be on the website as well,
Okay.
which details down. There we go.
And then once the nose is done, fold the face over, tuck that out of the way. You can pin it out of the way so it doesn't get caught in this seam.
It always feels so brutal.
It does, doesn't it? And
It is nose out the way.
Fold it over. Oh, no, that way. And then I'm going to sew up the front of the face.
Okay.
And that's the face pretty much done.
Is that actually the most technical? Hang on, he hasn't got any ears.
Well, I'll do some ears now.
Okay, all right. All right. Because, yeah, no, they're vital.
I mean, I'd love to say I never have, I've never forgotten to put ears in.
Would that be
but
true?
It happens quite a lot, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Get carried
Really?
away.
Well, ears optional.
Especially if there's some music on, having a bit of a sing while I sew, and who knows
happens.
what bits get left out.
It all happens. Wendy's missed your demos. And Nikki's not very well. So she bought the scrap bag. Yeah, that'll make you feel better.
It will.
It's a known fact.
I love a scrap bag.
Oh, me too. What is it about us that loves scraps? I think it's just that feeling of getting a bargain.
Yes.
And the element of surprise.
And the choice as well. You then have loads of different fabrics that you can sort of mix it in with things you've already got, and then
And fabrics you wouldn't necessarily choose.
Yes.
That's what I really like. Oh, and there he is. That does look weird. I'm sorry, it looks a bit strange.
It does look a bit, but it will look
It'll look perfect soon.
when that happens.
Yes,
yeah.
when that happens. I had to keep these out of Emily and Freddie's way this morning. Yep. Those grubby little paws.
Well, I try and keep everything in my workshop now rather than in the house, because things just appear suddenly. I'll go and change some bedding and there'll just be toys in there.
Snuck in. Yeah. Freddie turned 6 yesterday. I don't know how I got a 6-year-old. So we rock up to the play centre where I've booked his party, and I've been so efficient with the setting up of all of this. I thought I'll get ahead and I'll book the party and I'll make sure it's all done, deposit paid, everything, really, really, really sorted. Booked the wrong place.
Oh no.
There's another one with the same name in Devon.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, we didn't go there.
Was it easily rectified? No, that's a nightmare.
The horror at 10 to 10 when you're expecting 30 children to arrive any minute and you've booked the wrong place and they're not expecting you and they don't have your deposit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I have to say? Emma at Planet Play in Stratford, or Play Planet, that's the thing I get confused. One's Planet Play and one's Play Planet, and I got the wrong way around and booked the wrong one.
Yeah.
Because we don't use area codes anymore, because we're using mobiles. So I didn't check the area code when I had to ring a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mistake completely. But no, thank you very much, Emma, for saving the day completely. Freddie got a party. Thank goodness.
Yeah, we went to Cork for a weekend, some friends once, and realised that we'd booked a hotel in the wrong city.
Yeah, no, great. Yeah.
Fortunately, the hotel we were in, whom we were adamant we had a booking with, politely told us that we definitely didn't, but found rooms. So.
Oh, I've rocked up to the wrong centre parks for a hen do and everything. Yeah. Should have checked that there was more than one. I didn't know.
It's so easily done.
Apparently, if you're me, yeah. Right, 2 different ear flaps.
Yes, the one is larger. Should I put them there? Is that the best way of doing it?
Yeah.
The back of the ear is the smaller piece, and then this is the front of the ear.
Because you need the ear fold.
So yes, that extra width means you can add a fold in so that the ear will be like that.
Beautiful.
Okay. So I find it easier to have the smaller one on top. And just so, and again, just nice and slowly, and a few stitches, and just keep repositioning. You can tack them on first, because I know curves are a bit of a Well, not people's favourite part of sewing. But I just do a few and I just keep readjusting.
Slowly wins the race, isn't it, with that?
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anne Bentley, she says, love your cutting mat, Natasha. It was a little, it was a little redundancy gift to myself. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it's rather lush, isn't it? And off the back of it, actually, when I rang and ordered mine, I then got chatting to the guys at Horn, and they will be appearing on my website soon, hopefully, fingers crossed.
excellent.
So yeah, there you go, Anne. Stay tuned for that one. And oh yeah, you don't have to lift the back of it. That's why it's making a funny
I know,
noise.
sorry,
Yeah, no, it's fine. And oh yeah, here you go. Christine says, yeah, another great demonstration. It's lovely to see you both not being interrupted by all the hard sell as I tell you about my cutting mat. Yeah, but I haven't got it for you to buy yet, so there's no hard sell. There you go.
But I didn't even know you could get them this size. I have two that I fasten together. I mean, they're designed to fasten together to make this size, but this is brilliant.
It's a bit lush, isn't it?
It is.
It is a bit good. My friend Gemma came over the other day to make tablet stands, and bless her, she put my old mat on top of this because it had just arrived, and she's like, I don't want to make the first cut on it.
Don't want to damage your cutting mat.
Yeah.
By cutting.
That's the ear.
So that's the ear. So we have this wider piece so it loops up. So if
It's like an ear cave.
It is a little ear cave. So turn it the right way out, and then with this extra fabric, just position it into a fold. Just bring all the raw edges together. Line them up like that.
Beautiful.
But the one thing to remember when doing the ears is you don't want the folds going in the same direction, because then we'll have one upside down one.
Oh, okay. So
So this one I've done the
alternate
wrong
folds.
way. So make them as mirror images.
Okay.
So they're like that. And then base the folds in place so they don't come undone.
So within that seam allowance, just
Yes, if you base within the seam allowance, you can just leave the stitches in then. And
okay.
there's no need to remove them.
Jeanette says, have most of Joe's toys, but not the dog. Can I get it? Yes, you can. www. Everything along the bottom of the screen.com. And it's Reg the Pug. Now, Joe, you've got your own page on our website. Did you know?
No?
Yeah, no, we made you your own page.
Oh,
Yeah. In the hope that you'll come back with more things.
Joe, I've got to get thinking.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We want a regular slot. Not, too much pressure, but, please.
I've really missed designing though, because I've done a few bits and pieces. Because sometimes I have a day and I think I've not designed anything for ages, and so I just make something just to
keep your eye in.
Yeah. Cheer me up as well a bit.
Yeah. When you're not playing Mario Kart.
I play a lot of Mario Kart.
It's all rock and roll.
Well, interacting with the children. I
Absolutely.
pretend I'm doing it all for them. And
All for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not in any way competitive.
How competitive exactly do you not get?
Oh, really not competitive.
Your car's like a little Mario Kart though, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I try to not confuse the two.
For which other road users are incredibly grateful. Oh, Georgina's watching. Morning, George. I have full respect for my friend George. She manages to go places with twin boys and another little one. I mean, that's impressive.
It is. Yes, twins is.
And to actually get up and get yourself dressed and them and fed.
Yeah.
Take my hat off all the time.
I mean,
Ears.
So we want the fold facing downwards.
Yep.
Right side of the ear against the right side. The front of the ear against the right side of the face.
Okay.
And then just base them into position so they're held in place.
Okay.
For when we add the back of the head in a little bit.
I love the way these come together. It's just fabulous. Really fabulous. Oh, June's watching from Eastbourne. Morning, June. Morning. Jackie's a late arrival. It's all right, Jackie. You're here now. Christine says, hi, lasses. Lasses. I like that. You can message in again. Glad to see Joe back on my TV via Chromecast. I don't know what that is, but okay. Hashtag so happy anyway.
Oh, it's so nice to be back.
Oh, it's lovely to have you back. Oh, Heather is getting all technical. Can you ask Joe what size needle would be best for Mortimer's fur?
Right, so a ballpoint needle is often best with sewing with this sort of fur, but I'll be honest, I just use a standard needle all the time because I'm quite lazy. I was going to say I didn't
change it.
No, well, I rarely use a ballpoint.
Okay.
I use what I have.
So best practice would be?
Best practice would be a ballpoint.
But the reality is?
I go for a 14, a heavier, is it a 90 or a /14? Just...
I'm going to nod and say yes.
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 You just want... Mainly, it's quite, thin fabric in many ways. It's not like denim or anything like that.
No, it's got fluff.
It's when you need to go through a few layers that you need an extra bit of oomph on the needle. So a 14...
Okay.
And a ballpoint would be best practice, but I use a standard.
Okay. Julie, can you message info@natashamakes.com, because otherwise your message will get lost, and then SJ can check your order. There you go. Lynn's still in her PJs. I've got my slippers on.
Now I know that I can wear my pyjama bottoms and slippers.
Yeah, you're that little bit shorter. I had to change.
Yep, no, I'd be fine with that.
There was a conversation, I'm not going to lie, there was a conversation this morning of, do I need to be in actual clothes? Or would that work? It's okay. We're fully clothed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. It's not that sort of show. It's 10 a.m, not 10 p.m. Anne says, yes, Jeanette, look on Natasha's shop under the brand. Joe's name. It should also be underneath where we're live as well on the website. Details on the screen. What are we sewing now?
Pretty much all of my toys, I do the back head. Well, I assembled the head in the same way. So I'll just do this quickly.
So part way down the back of the head.
I love that it does it all.
It does it all. It's amazing. Big love for that machine.
2 back head pieces, one on top of the other, and then sew just part way along the back. There are notches that indicate the ears. This is how you know this is the side, because it has notches on it, whereas the back doesn't have any. So just sew part way along, and then we can open that up and then match up the middle seam in the back of the back head with the seam at the top centre of the face, and just sew one side at a time.
Yeah, you always start from the middle down, don't you?
I just find it easier to do one side at a time, then you know it's lined up at the top. Yeah. Whereas if you go all the way around, it can slip and move about sometimes.
And you don't want a wonky face.
You don't want a wonky face.
No, you don't. Laurie's watching. Hi, Laurie. She says, you two are great together, loving the giggles. So good that you don't have to hurry. Yeah, no, it's lovely.
I think I possibly am too relaxed.
No. It's fine. We'll pick you up off the floor if you get too relaxed. It's all good. It's all good.
So I'm starting for that top centre point, and it's just a nice gradual curve this way. You can pin it first. When making toys, count your pins in and out again, just so you know for certain none have been left.
That's kind of why you don't, isn't it?
Yes.
So much.
And in my old job as well, it was such a fast turnaround. I didn't really even have time to pin.
Did you used to actually make the toys in your old job?
I did.
I would design and make.
I would design and make the prototype samples. Ultimately, then they would be made. They would go to factory production if they were ordered. But I would do the original samples.
Oh, wow! Again, not one that they tell you at the old careers advice evening.
No, nobody tells you.
No one tells you you can do fun stuff.
Yeah, there are loads of jobs that I think I don't know what came out. The computer for me.
This sort of TV, well, there wasn't really the internet when I did mine. It was just starting up with it, and it would take you half an hour to load a page. So this wasn't even an option when I was at school. Oh, I'm feeling old. Syl said it's therapy watching again. There you go. And it's almost like charity work, isn't it? Making people feel better. Oh, Nanny Mew's sending some love. Hello, Nanny Mew. Oh, just a quick question about working with fur. Needle type and thread and a walking foot, says Sil. Well, we haven't got a walking thread, but this machine is very good.
Yes, I use, again, I don't use any special thread, often use standard needle. With this fabric, it does have a tendency, I'll move on to the limbs. I'll pop the back of the head on now, so we can put that to one side. So pop them there. See, I've got stacks of limbs. So sewing a longer section, it's one of those fabrics where you get to the end and it's slipped slightly and you've got more on the top than you've got on the bottom.
Okay.
It doesn't quite match up. So it would be good to use a walking foot.
Right.
I'll show you what I do sometimes, because I don't use a walking foot. I'll use a standard one, but then there are little tricks sometimes I'll do just in case things have moved about a bit. Right, limbs, I have a bag of limbs.
Of course you do. What happens if you get stopped by the police and they search your car?
Yeah, I think I would have some explaining
Yeah.
to do. Because we were talking about that, I'll do it now. Sewing a longer length like this, sometimes I'll stitch to halfway.
Right.
And then stop and sew from the other side down to meet that fit.
Oh, really?
So just to stop it from stretching out of position.
What happens if you get a bobbly bit?
Well, when you start at the top, just pull keep it nice and taut as it goes through, so the sides match up. If there's only a small discrepancy.
Yeah.
Because where possible, I try and avoid unpicking this because
no, you don't
the
want
stitches
to. Life's too short.
Get buried and they're hard to find.
There we go. Oh, Ali's treated herself to some William Morris fabric. Yeah, and chose Mortimer. Well, it's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Yeah, you've
so
got to.
That's fine, I think. I think that's allowed. Okay, Velcro. We've not had this on any of our makes before, have we?
No. I've not done this one. It was crying out.
Needed.
Just a Velcro pause.
Yeah.
And it is Velcro as well.
It is, yeah. The proper McCoy, real McCoy.
I refer to it as velour tape in the instructions.
Do you?
But this is proper Velcro.
Velour tape.
Velour tape.
Is that the other name for it? Not hook and loop.
Hook and loop velour tape, I think.
Amazing.
Just in
amazing. Yeah, just give it every other name.
With the hands, it's the same piece, but you want the Velcro to go on opposite sides.
Oh, okay,
For
right.
each. Otherwise, they won't meet in the middle.
Okay.
So I've done this one already.
That's always the stuff that gets me a bit upside down and back to front. I'm never quite sure.
I mean, there's a picture here just to make sure. So this is on the left-hand side. This one, we want it on the right-hand side. As long as we've done that, it can't go wrong.
What could possibly ever go wrong? It's live TV. And you've marked it where it needs to start and finish.
Yes, there are marks on the template. So just transfer the notches onto.
And it doesn't have to go right sides together. It just goes on exactly.
Just goes straight on the
exactly
start.
As you need it. Elizabeth's joined us this morning. Morning, Elizabeth. She says that she can feel the joy of being together again from here. Oh, it's lovely. It is lovely. Wendy says, "Brilliant to see you back, Natasha. Really enjoying your shows." Thank you, Wendy. Tracy's watching. Oh, Catherine nearly applied for a job in Birmingham, Alabama once. You know, wrong country.
That's quite a commute.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah. But then I did that. I've booked an appointment with a chiropractor in the wrong country. I think it was Peterborough, somewhere else, not this country. I didn't know that. I mean, who knew there'd be more than one Peterborough?
You sort of assume
that's
what would come up.
But no. I had to ring and cancel that one too. I've got form, basically, is what we're realising here. I've got form. Oh, Elaine says, how about a koala?
That's on my immediate
Is it on your
list.
Yeah, I think it needs to be. Absolutely. Ellen loves the monkey. And June says she's just back from the beach with the gruesome twosome. It's a glorious day in Eastbourne.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it looks nice now, actually.
It does look nice, actually, doesn't it?
So I'm just trimming away the overhang.
Poor overhang.
Around there. Just the excess Velcro. There we go. Just so it matches the shape of the template.
Yeah, you see how that's a paw? I really couldn't tell you.
Oh, it will. It folds over. It will all become clear.
Oh, do you know, everyone's getting... Alison Bradley says, yes, a koala, please. And, hang on, who... Val is putting in a request for a French bulldog.
A French bulldog, right, okay.
Should we make a list of these for you?
Yeah, and our neighbour next door, but one has a French bulldog as well. So
he
I've got
could model
an immediate
for you.
model.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Oh, Karen Northumberland is watching.
I love Northumberland.
Just don't think when I was last there. Been years. Right. What happens next?
Right, this is a hand.
Of course it is.
And this is an arm.
Yeah.
And they join around... Should I hold it up? We want the bottom of the arm.
Hang on a minute. But you've got one end that's pointy. Does the pointy bit not go into that bit? Does the flat bit go into that bit?
The flat bit we sew along so that there's a pivot point.
A pivot point, of course there is.
And then pivot to do the other side.
Okay.
But the pivot point is marked on the template for the hand. But actually, it's easier to sew with this piece on top. So it's at the centre. We pivot for this. And I find it easier, just push the fibres underneath so you can see the raw edge. So do that at the start, just so we can see that they line up.
Okay. Geraldine's just joined us. Morning, Geraldine. She says that any animal made by Jo is always gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, sort of push the fibres underneath so we can see the edges. Just do a few stitches at a time. It is fiddly.
It's all right. By the time you get to paw number 4, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you just get practicing.
Yeah.
So at the centre, I'm going to pivot and then just do the second half.
Oh, Dawn says, hello, good morning, lovely ladies. I'm loving the monkey. What machine are you using? Sounds lovely and quiet. It is my new love. It is the Juki DX7. Watch this space. I'm going to do a whole show with all my favourite machines on.
It's particularly nice. The fact that you can press the scissors button and it cuts it and then lifts the foot as well. It's a
beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. Yeah. And not as expensive as you'd think.
Is it not?
No.
I mean, I don't need any more machines.
Yeah, but there's need and want, isn't there?
So there we go. I stitched around there. There's the pivot point.
Right.
Which I've hit it pretty accurately, which is a bit of luck.
Yay! Bit of luck.
There's an element of luck there.
That's what you said there. I'm like,
because I'm not quite taking as much care of at home, and it worked out well.
Yay!
It's when sometimes, on camera, I seem to be really lucky with points and things, and I'll never match. I open it up.
Well, you've jinxed it now, haven't you?
I know,
wait
that's
and see.
I'm not going to line up ever again. And so we fold the arm over.
Right.
It's an arm shape now.
Yeah. Oh, and that makes sense now. Laurie wants to know how many does the kit make?
It makes one.
A one monkey kit?
Yeah.
Okay.
There should be plenty of fabric, so there's no chance of going short. Every piece of fabric I cut out, I use a template.
Right,
so
it's
as long
all
as
the same.
it's bigger than the template, then it will be fine. So now, with this, I'll put a pen to one side. Around the thumb, it can be easier doing a curve like this if you mark it on with an erasable pen. So you've got something to follow. So with the thumb here.
You've got the hang of this, haven't you, Jo?
It's going quick though.
Yeah. Look at you.
Look
at you, pro. Yeah.
So you can follow this then, and you can pivot at this point here to sew the next bit. So sew around the hand and then up the arm. I'll do this just to show what I mean about. Time is cracking on.
It's
Sorry.
fine, it's all right, it's all right. I feel better. Victoria Pete said that her dad thought he was booking a hotel in Queensland, Australia. He'd booked a hotel in Ireland. Oh, you see, I feel better for this. Keep these coming in. Yeah, he said he thought it was odd when they wanted paying in euros.
Yeah, that would be the giveaway.
Yeah. I can't even pronounce the place in Devon that we were meant to have our party at. Mate, Crediton? Any ideas, anyone? Any Devonians watching there? I was very apologetic to the people there. Yeah.
Well, it reminds me, I turned up to a hotel in Birmingham saying, I know I'm a bit early. Can I check in? What time's check-in? Can I check in a little bit early?
Yeah.
And he said, you are early by a full month.
Amazing! Amazing! Wow.
I checked the wrong box on the date I wanted.
Yeah. Did they allow you to check in a month early?
They swapped it round and it was cheaper as well.
Yay! Oh, win-win.
It worked out well.
Nice. Quite like that.
So I'm sewing up the arm, and if I think, oh, maybe that won't quite match up, I'd stop here, take that off, and then sew from this side down.
Oh, yeah, no, it is. It's Crediton. Says, yeah. I think it's I think they've got McDonald's on the motorway services. I seem to remember having to stop off there once whilst taking horses down to Cornwall. I should actually be able to remember it, shouldn't I? Because it was on my journey when I used to live down that way.
So I've swapped it round. I'm sewing from the other side. I'm just keeping it nice and taut.
Oh, this was your top tip?
Just so it matches up. And then I sew over the previous stitches for a little bit and then reverse over them as well, just to make sure that there's no chance of that section opening up. And to be honest, if there was a little tuck in it and it did catch because there was too much fabric, you wouldn't notice. Not with this textured fabric,
No.
It would never show up.
You see, that's where I know you say that this is for an adventurous beginner because of the fabric, but also it's very forgiving because of the fabric. So actually, if you go a bit scruffy, meh.
Yeah, it won't show. And even if the limb's twisted a little bit, that sort of gives it a little bit of charm as well, I think.
Character,
Yep.
scruffiness. And you just snip into the
Into the
thumb bit.
thumb bit.
Yeah. I'm sure that has a
There we go.
name.
And then turn it the right way out. And then
Stuff. Oh, hang on. Do you do finger bits?
finger bits. Yep. Draw with the pen. I've still got the blue lines.
I wouldn't say we're necessarily anatomically correct with our terminology. Finger bits.
Finger bits. So draw them on and then keep it nice and flat and top stitch over them. If, with the hooks Velcro, sometimes the thread gets caught in it. And if it's, try it with it on the bottom.
Okay, and
if
it might
it's not
be
working,
easier.
try it on the top. And if all else fails,
Hand stitch
hand
it.
stitch it.
Okay, all right, I'm with you. Margaret says that her Eco Tablet stand kit has just been delivered and the fabric's lovely. Oh, good. Which one did you go for? She says, thanks, Natasha. Well, yeah, all of the kits from last week should now be being delivered, which is very exciting.
It's, yeah.
Jeanette said, I think it's only once a week. Juanita, yeah, well, yes, it was meant to be just once a week. And then I got overexcited and realised what happened was, obviously you're here today with Mortimer, but then all of the William Morris fabrics arrived because Jan said, could I waft? So I got the fabrics shipped across so that I could waft.
Yep.
And then they were so gorgeous, I had to make something with them, which will happen tomorrow. So yeah, I might have, decided to do one tomorrow. I didn't have anything else on tomorrow morning, it's fine. 10 o'clock, will that do you? Yeah.
It's, well, you'll be doing it every day.
It happens. That's what my husband said when I first started. I was like, don't be silly. How could I possibly fill all that time just by myself? Yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
The foot joins in a different way to the hand. And actually, it's probably a little bit easier than the hand. So we've got these sort of funny shapes.
Yeah, you say that, but the shapes go in the wrong directions.
They don't, because they match.
Oh, once they're right sides together.
Once they're right sides together, it's the same shape. It follows the same
And that's the foot.
So there's no twisting and
Okay. No,
any
this
of
is
that.
good.
And again, I find it easier with this on top, and then I can just fold the fibres back and make sure I can see the raw edges.
Oh, Margaret says that she went for the pink feather one that I demoed. It's lovely quality, isn't it? Love that one. I made another eco stand this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that what I could smell?
Yeah.
It's a lovely
I
smell.
used the sandalwood.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think I might have to,
Yeah.
that might have to be one of my next projects.
I made it out of William Morris fabric because, you know, I could.
Yeah, well.
You know. What else was I going to do at 4 o'clock this morning when I got up? And now Heather's normally at work. Are you skiving, Heather? She says it's great to see you, Jo. Lovely to be able to watch. Yeah. Jenny Jackson's watching. Morning, Jenny.
Morning, Jenny.
She's got a very busy week.
Has she?
Yeah, I'm amazed you've got time to watch, Jenny. I think John might be going to visit her actually this week.
Ooh.
Or am I making that up? I don't think I'm making that up. I'm going to say not. There we go.
So
Whee!
this is the sort of funny shaped seam at the bottom, and it just means that the foot will tilt forward.
Ah,
You see,
excellent.
instead of sort of
That's
being
so
straight
clever.
down.
So clever.
And
You are
again,
clever.
just the same as with the arm, fold it over, and you can mark on around the thumb
Like you
again,
did with the other one.
just so you get the shape and it's easy to do.
Do they have thumbs on their feet?
It's, well, no, it's going to be a big toe, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. No.
My son thinks he has a thumb toe anyway, so
Does
we
he?
regularly refer to them as thumb toes.
Oh, that's
instead
all
of
right then.
big toes.
Okay, no, that's fine. Thumb toe. We'll go with
Yeah.
that. We'll go with that. Jenny says morning. Just hey there, lovely ladies. Yes, yeah, I am right. Yeah, he's coming to see me. She says, I'm watching and working. Oh yeah. Is
Right.
it? Yeah, well, she's down in Brighton as well. Lots of South Coast watchers this morning.
Oh, I really love Brighton.
Yeah. So Jenny's Brighton way. We've got June in Eastbourne. We've got my Nanny Mew in Seaford. They're all dotted along that South Coast. Other places to view are available. You know. Yeah.
Quite envious of people who live by the seaside.
Angel policy, please, says Ali. What's the angel policy?
The angel policy, I have it on the back that they can be made for charity, but
Okay.
actually, if you contact me directly, I will give permission to make to sell for
Okay.
businesses. But I just like to keep track of who I've given permission to.
Who and
I
where,
just want to
yeah.
make sure that they're not made by
Yeah.
big companies.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that would be no, that wouldn't be on, would it? But if you're hand making yourself, then give Jo a little.
yeah.
Are your
that's
contact
fine.
details on here? You can always get through me if you want. I can always.
They're
I
on the
can
badge.
always-
Card.
Yeah, there you go, on the badge. On the badge. You're going to get quite the collection of badges.
I'm going to have to make something to display my badges on in
A badge box.
Yes.
Yes. Next to your nose box.
Next to my nose.
Could we call it a snuff box?
I think that's what my workshop needs on the wall.
Yeah, no, I
actually.
think so. I think so. Actually, my lovely friend Gina makes the most incredible buttons, and she has special displays for her buttons. I wonder if we could change one of those up for the snuff box.
I think that's something to do for the end of the week for me now. It's on the list. Right, the stomach is nice and straightforward.
Is this stomach? We're on to stomach.
We're on to stomach. We've got all the limbs done.
Oh, good
and
job.
The head done. We might get finished sometime today.
That's all right.
Stomach pieces, one on top of the other, and sew together along the front. And you know it's the front because, again, there are no notches, whereas there are notches on the sides to indicate where the arms go.
I thought you were going to say because it's curved, it's got a little pot belly.
He has got a little pot belly. So I've stitched that one already.
Okay.
Save a bit of time.
Yeah, no, I took up some time with William Morris and the Moda scrap baskets.
Well, not
Blame me. Blame me.
I've seen
All
the
good.
clock not that much.
So good. Maddie says you're clever. She's watching from Rutland, and it's sunny there. You've got a lot of water in Rutland as well, to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've picnicked in Rutland.
Have
before now,
you?
yeah.
Have you? There's a very nice pub right on the water, which is rather nice.
Oh. Could I? Yeah, I might.
Yeah, you might have to
Well,
go.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a bit of a detour, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's fine. Yeah.
The back body pieces have a dart in the back, it's actually just so he has a little sort of bottom to sit on, so you can sit him down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the dart is right under the tail here.
Oh, okay.
There we go. So close the darts in the back, each of the back body pieces, and then sew them together just up as far as the dart. So we're just joining them from the back, bottom, up, and then finishing just at the dart there, just to join those. And then we can baste the limbs on.
And suddenly he's going to come together really quickly, isn't he?
All of a sudden, once the limbs are done, so we have the
Then in he
stomach
goes.
and just baste the limbs in position, making sure the toes, thumb toes, big toes will be in the centre. Thumb toes.
Yeah, no, that works. That works for me. Oh, Sarah's watching. She says it's sunny in Peterborough. Says Sarah Payne Quilter. Lovely Sarah Payne.
And so is it sunny everywhere, or because I have a feeling when I get anywhere near the northwest, it'll just be raining.
Lynn says that it's sunny but very cold in Swansea. That's fair enough. We'll let you have that.
I could use some. Well, our central heating isn't working at the minute. I could do some warm weather.
Do you know, our heating's just gone off. It suddenly dropped. Can you feel the temperature's just suddenly dropped?
Is that? It's quite nice though.
Yeah, you like it a bit.
I do. I like it a bit.
Yeah.
I like it a bit cold, but not as cold as our house is.
I thought you were going to say, not as cold as this. Come on, Tash, turn it on. Okay, so a little hug, a little bit of self-love for the monkey here.
So we're going to baste them on, but remember to have the Velcro. So the Velcro side will be against the right side of the stomach because we want them to join up and not to miss.
Go that way. No.
So I'll baste these on.
So you've got notches to show where to do them. You can pin them if you want, but as Jo says, count pins in, count pins out, because it's a toy.
Yeah.
And this just means that you know that the limbs are going to be where you need them to be.
Yes, and if you could use a wide stitch length to baste them in, like
Okay.
a long stitch length, sorry. And then that way, if one's dropped when you came to baste it, you just whip those longer stitches out and just reposition
and that's
and
all
do
right
it again.
to do. There you go. It's grey and overcast in Glasgow. Have we missed a calling as weather girls? It's terribly British, isn't it, to discuss the weather?
It is.
I like to think it's because we get such a variety.
Yeah, I mean, around where I live, we get a variety of rain more than anything.
When we lived in Cornwall, we lived right in the middle of Bodmin Moor, and we looked way down west, and you could see the north and the south coast from where we were, because we were literally in the middle of the moor, and you'd just see the weather coming in. So it was a constant source of conversation, because you'd have 20 minutes to get the dogs out before the weather hit.
Yeah.
You'd just watch it coming in. And so, yeah, it did become, because it was such a big part of your day, was to make sure you missed the rain and the mist and everything else that Cornwall throws at you. Beautiful on Barry Island. Oh, we've got lots of people watching today. Oh, thank you. Oh. Susan says, I'm so involved with this, but I really ought to be painting. Have metres and metres of wood to prime. Again, that'll wait. As long as you haven't left the lid off the pot, you'll be all right. You'll be fine. Yeah, not looking so good in Ipswich. Grey and overcast in Ipswich as well. But it's sunny and cold in Norfolk. Put in brackets, UK.
Nice.
Where are other Norfolks then?
Oh, well, I'm not the person to ask. There must be.
There must be others.
Yeah.
It turns out that wherever I try and book, there are other places of the same name.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, if we used the old yellow pages, it wouldn't happen, would it?
No, that's the downside.
Yeah. Bring back the yellow pages.
Okay, so the arms and legs are basted into position, but now it's awkward to sew because you've got to negotiate around these. The way I do it is I join up the centre, bottom centre, and I'll sew one side at a time. But you've got to, and this is why the back's open, so you can sort of stick limbs out of the back while you're sewing. But don't feel you have to do it all in one go. This is so it might be easier to sew from the centre.
Yeah.
I'll do this quickly.
Tom's got the giggles in the corner. So, since we started this, lovely Tom has come every week to help me with the camera angles. Next week, I'm on my own.
Oh, is
doing
this...
it? Yeah. I will be taking over the control of the camera angles. Help us all. Who knows what will happen? But he's never. Is it fair to say that you've never seen the making of a monkey? Yeah, no. This is we have enriched his life this morning, and he's just giggling at Mortimer's bottom being stitched.
Yep.
Yep.
So I've stitched across the bottom and I'm going up the side, and then so half will be joined.
Right.
Once I've done
Okay.
this. And
So
I'm doing it pretty quickly. So
like you did with the head, centre out.
centre out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
No,
this
it's just
side,
good.
doing the first one is fine because all the limbs are over there and that's open and it's fine.
Oh, it's Carol's birthday as well. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, Diana's on a coffee break and sneaked a peek. Good girl. Sunny in the Isle of Man. Oh, fabulous. Oh, Linda says, morning, girls. It's not raining on Bodmin Moor today, Natasha. It must be about the only day of the year it's not.
There we go. So one side is stitched together, and then you could do this again in separate it out even. You know, instead of doing it from the middle out and down one side, you could just stitch across the bottom first time and check that you're happy with that before
committing
everything to do the side as well.
Just to give you an idea of how confident Jo was this morning, the first thing she did was, I've forgotten my unpicker.
Yes.
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, I don't think there's, sort of a level of sewing skill where you no longer need an unpicker. I don't think you ever think, oh, do you know what I've done with this now?
Jeanette said it's a good job John's not here when we're talking about bottoms. I would have lost the plot by now, wouldn't he?
So there we go. I've stitched across. So all the bottom is stitched together. And then readjust and the paws stick together. So
No, it's all good.
awkward.
You wrestle him.
And then wrestle the limbs around the back and out through the opening. And then you can do this side bit by itself then. And it can just break it down into manageable parts, really, rather than trying to do all of it in one go.
Now, Lorraine says, once mortar is made, can the pattern be used to make a memory bear or do you need fur? Well, it would be a memory monkey. If you want a bear, we've got Bo Bear.
Yes. I'm just trying to think what he would look like. He would be difficult, I think, to do in cotton fabric, but anything with a bit of stretch. Fleece, I think, would work fine, like a brown fleece or...
Okay. But if you're after a memory bear, we've got Bo Bear on the website, which is just on the screen. So you can find that there, Lorraine. Actually, somebody else was asking about memory bears this morning and someone recommended your Bo Bear, which was a coincidence because it's on the show today. Yeah,
I think with... with memory bears, if you're making it from shirts or sort of cotton fabric, use a woven interfacing behind it to support the fabric.
Oh, okay, right.
Because I've made a dragon actually and a bear from shirts and things, and it just needed that stabiliser behind it just to add a bit of extra oomph to the fabric, and just so it would last really.
Well, that's what you want, isn't it?
No, I think you could make the monkey from...
A memory monkey.
Mortimer
the memory monkey.
Just trying to work out. Yeah, clip around these curves the fabric if it's a cotton fabric, just so you add that flex in.
That's one thing we haven't done with this because the fur is stretchy. We haven't really clipped anything other than the thumbs.
Yes.
Nothing's been clipped, but like you say, with anything else you would. But if you are after a memory bear, can I recommend Bo Bear? Emily loves her Bo Bear that you made her.
Does she?
Yeah, absolutely adores Bear. There you go. And that's on the website, underneath where we're live. Or under Jo Carter, because we've got different... Go on the menu, then you're on there with your own page. Yeah.
Right, the tail.
Okay.
I have various stages of tail, so I'll...
Of course you have.
So it's a square, and actually, because of the texture of the fabric, it doesn't really matter. I've marked on the template the pile direction, but actually, I mean, it goes every which way.
Would you know? Would you know?
So don't worry about it.
Okay.
So
but if you're
fold it in
making
half.
from anything else that has a different pile, let's say you're making them out of velvet.
Ooh, velvet would be great. I've not stitched with velvet in years.
Oh, he'd be amazing
I'm
in
tempted
velvet.
To
To velvet him up.
yeah.
Yeah.
He would definitely need a waistcoat then if he was velvet.
Oh, he would, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Right, for the...
Would he look like an organ grinder's monkey then if he's got a
Possibly,
waistcoat?
actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can make him a little top hat.
Yeah. With a little cane.
It's the best dressed monkey in town.
So fold over, and then to hold, because if we drew around the template and then just stitch over the top, chances are it might slip and move, and then you find that you've not got enough to leave a seam allowance around it.
Oh, okay. So what do you do?
So I sew around, and actually I do the long side first, and then each of the short sides one at a time,
Okay.
with a long stitch length, just to hold it in position and the raw edges together.
Belt and braces.
Yeah. Keep it as, so I've done that with this one. So wide stitch all the way around the sides, and then I've drawn around the template. There's a seam allowance at the bottom, so you can cut along that line.
Right.
But then when we cut this out, leave your seam allowance all around the sides. Did I put one here? So I've started to cut this one out, and I leave quite a generous seam allowance just to...
Do you add any extra stuffing into the tail?
With the monkey, no, I didn't put any stuffing in, but you can do if you want to. I've just done a squirrel pattern recently, which is a free download, but that one did need stuffing in the tail.
Right,
But this one, I think you can get away without. So I've cut it out, but then I'm going to follow this line.
Oh, somebody at the door. Are you going to turn that inside out?
Yep, and don't even clip around the curves with this because you don't really need to.
Okay.
So I could probably have done with.
Do you want a turny tool? Where's my turny tool? I can give you a Derek the Dobber. Would that help?
Reunited with a Derek the Dog.
I know, I know.
There we go. So that's the tail. And then the tail just fits in above. This is a little bit awkward just because, again, all these limbs to deal with. But sew sandwich the tail in there and just stitch this together just above the tail, so the tail is fully machine sewn in place.
Do you go back and forth a bit on that just in case?
Yeah, because that's the bit that if anything's going to be sort of pulled out of the seam, it will be the tail.
Oh, okay.
And I often do that with the arms as well. I'll go over them again afterwards if I'm
They
happy
are
with
very
them.
swingable.
They are, and you don't want to overswing.
Overswing your monkey. You see, Geraldine said the other day that I have my own vocabulary, and it's true, but I also forgot that you do too, which is great. And we all know what you mean.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there aren't really the words often to...
No, just make her own. Jill is in Peacehaven. She says, loving the demo. Nice way to spend my birthday. I used to keep my horse in Peacehaven. I used to ride all over the downs, all out the back of there.
So whereabouts is Peacehaven?
Peacehaven, so you've got Brighton, and then you've got Rottingdean, round a bit, and then Peacehaven, then New Haven, then Seaford, and then you go up a little bit, or Seaford if you're posh, and then you go round to Eastbourne.
I've not been... Well, I need to generally just do holidays around the UK. It's been years since I've been to Eastbourne.
Oh, we've just picked up our fun bus. All of the dog cages have been put in the back of the fun bus. So we are ready for adventures.
Yeah, I'm quite envious. We have hopes for some sort of camper van thing.
Do it.
And so we're leaving the back open above the tail.
Okay.
And then because the back of the head is open as well, you can just stitch the head straight across.
Oh, so everything's... So the back of the head's open, the back of the... everything is just straight line sewing?
Yeah, machine sew the head on. And then just close the back of the head then, and that's all the machine sewing done.
Hang on, it's Jill's birthday as well. It's everybody's birthday. Oh my goodness me. Happy birthday, everybody. Oh, Lorraine's ordered Bo Bear. Good on you, Lorraine.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Yeah. You got some orders to send out when you get home, haven't you?
I have. I left several sacks with my husband. He was working from home today. So
Well, there you
with
go.
instructions to pop along to the post office.
Absolutely. Make good use of his time.
Yep.
Yep. I hate going to the post office. I always send Stephen.
Well, I'm now best buds with everyone in our local post office, yes. So it's because I work by myself, I go in there for a chat as well.
Is that your social scene? Is that where it's all happening?
It is.
Down the post office. Well, you know.
So when they say, Joe, you've got drop and go, you don't need to stay. Oh, no, it's fine.
No. Pop the kettle on, have you?
So I'm just putting this on quickly and hoping for the best. That you can pop a pin in the centre so it's definitely lined up properly. Or again, use a long stitch length and sort of tack it on first, make sure you're happy with the placement, and then go over it with the shorter stitch length.
Perfect. Look at that.
So he's almost done.
Oh, fabulous. How do we keep the nose under control?
The nose,
Have I skipped ahead?
we're practically there. I stuff the head only first, and that way I can get through the back of the body. I would have closed the back of the head and just leave the opening in the back. But when you stuff the snout and the head, you can get in through the back. So if you've knotted some thread, if your needle's long enough, often you can go through the back and bring it out at the point you want it. And then the knot's inside. You're not trying to disguise or secure.
Yeah.
So do a few stitches to secure the thread. Although with this, actually, in this instance, I'd just have the knot underneath and I'd secure it a few times and you wouldn't see it once the nose was stitched.
It is a fabulous nose. I'd like to congratulate you again on a very fine nose.
Hopefully I will bring another nostril technique back.
Well, hang on. If you're going to do a French bulldog, that will be a new nose, surely.
It will. That would be quite an involved
be an involved nose situation. Are the orders coming from Joe? Jeanette, yes. So the only way that we could make this work, because this is just me basically. Natasha makes is just me. So you can order through my website for Joe's kits. So it's just to put everything in one place, and then at 2:00 I put all the orders together, and then I send them off to Joe, who then you should be home then.
Yeah.
And then you can get going again. Send your husband back off down the down the post office.
Keep him busy.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be working at home or anything.
No. I wonder if his bosses are watching. Well, if they are, why aren't they working?
Well,
there we go. Yeah. Touche. It's what we say. What are we stitching now? Oh, the back of the head.
Close the back of the head.
Yeah.
Should I just... we can finish now if you want, or I can do a little bit of...
do a little bit more if you're happy to.
More. I've come all this way.
Yeah, you have come all this way, absolutely. Tom's looking nervously at the clock. As long as we don't go over 2 hours, is that right? He's nodding. And drawing a cross on himself. It was you that told me that, Tom. It was you that told me don't go over 2 hours. Oh well, we'll soon find out. Are you right there?
It's because I'm not very tall. The wire from the microphone catches around my knee.
Stuff it in your pocket.
Yeah, I will do next time.
Yeah. So, Joe, a question that I would like to ask you on behalf of everybody watching.
Mm-hmm.
If, is there any way that we could persuade you to do regular animals for us?
Yes.
And the question that I would like to ask everybody at home is, if you did on a regular basis, what would work best for you at home? Would you like sort of subscription so that you could get it in advance and sew along with us and have everything cut out ready to go with us and stitch with us? Or do you just want to buy it on the day? I mean, I put Mortimer up on the website midweek, so that those that wanted to order in advance and were worried or had to work or anything like that could get it in advance. Him in advance. So just let us know what would work best for you, and what would work best for you, actually, Jo? That's the other question.
Well, I don't know. I just enjoy. I mean, I do what I'm told.
Alrighty. Well, yeah. Just let us know. Maybe we could do Maybe we need to work out how we do one of those polls on Facebook.
Yes.
There you go, and people can let us know what they want.
Spot the deliberate mistake. Got to put his eyes in.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe you're making it for a small person that requires.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'd embroider them.
Yeah. But at what point? So put the eyes in before.
It will say in the instructions. It should
Stuffing.
have been quite a while ago, to be
Okay.
honest. When I stuff the head, I stuff the head a bit firmer, and I really push into the seams because you want to get all of the shape. So especially where there's a dart, really push the fabric in so it finds all of the shape. And I'll stuff the head a little bit more firmly than the body,
Right.
just so it holds the shape well, whereas the stomach you want to be a bit squidgier and softer.
That's what I tell myself. Oh, Elaine says she likes to get you tips before she sews. And Jeanette would like to order in advance. Yeah, there we go. Claire says she's made several bow bears.
Now I think I know who Claire.
And
She
Janina.
makes amazing bow bears. And tiddly tiny ones.
Yeah, she's made little ones and
Yeah.
big ones and all sorts.
That I wouldn't have thought was possible, but so yeah, really find the shape. So this side's more round, so I'd add a little bit more into this cheek and really push it out. And then with the back still open, I'd stitch the nose down first, but then draw on the smile, so you've got something to follow when you come to embroider. And I would thread up a long embroidery needle and take it through the back and out at the point I wanted to bring it out.
Right.
Just so the knot then is held inside. And it's
Is it a back stitch?
yes, I'll just back
Okay.
stitch a mouth on. And then if I'm not happy with it, I'll just go back and remove the stitch and alter it so that,
Okay.
because often I'll do a lopsided smile and I think, oh, that's not right on this side. So we'll
But it's all
readjust it.
character forming, right?
It is. It's
All character forming.
It's what gives them the unique look.
And then just stuff his body. And what stitch do you use to sew at the back?
Ladder stitch. I always use ladder stitch, and you won't see the stitches
Okay.
either because they get hidden nicely through in the fur.
Lovely. We've done him.
We've done him.
Yay! Well done, Jo. Fabulous.
Oh,
Thank you so much. I can't believe you drove all this way. Thank you so much.
I've loved it. It's just nice to be.
It's lovely to see you again.
Yeah.
Really lovely to see you again. Thank you. Make sure that you have your Mortimers if you want him. Let's also show you another nasal achievement.
Thank you.
This is Reg the Pug, if you would like to add him to your menagerie. And like we say, there's Bow Bear as well. And these are all on my website. You can find them there. And then we'll send those orders off to Jo. And that's where you've got your own page, like I say, on our website. So, you know, as and when we gather them, they will be popped on there for you at home. Don't forget as well, William Morris fabrics. They're by the ½ metre, and I've got the super wide quilt backing fabrics. Cave says he gets applauds for the backs of his quilts as much as the fronts because he always uses such beautiful backing fabrics. So if you've got maybe a William Morris one that you didn't get any backing fabric for, or if you don't want to piece things together, then these are 108 inches wide. I think that's about 270 centimetres.
It's also just lovely not to
big
have to piece it back, and
Yeah.
you've got the full. And
So they're all on my website as well. I can't tell you stock updates because I don't have anything in my ear, so I can't tell you. Basically, if there's still Moda scrap bags, then go for it. And if not, then I'll bring back what I can when I can. But I did take all of my suppliers. It took the lot for you. Jo, thank you.
Oh, thank
Come
you
back
so much.
soon, give us a hug.
I will do.
Mwah. And yes, as I say, because of the beautiful the William Morris fabric, use your code Morris10 to get 10% off. And I will go live tomorrow at 10 o'clock because I couldn't resist, basically. It was too good to miss. And we'll go through that fabric in more detail then, because I didn't want to eat into monkey time. So that really just leaves us to say thank you very much for watching. And thank you very much, Jo.
Oh, thank you.
And goodbye. Have a lovely sunny day.
Bye.